Okay, today I'm going to evaluate the Dbeaver Enterprise Edition. I kind of started using the Dbeaver Standard Edition, and I looked into some of the options. And one feature that attracted me is the query builder, the visual query builder. So I downloaded a Enterprise Edition, and I just installed it. What I liked is that the connections, whatever I made in the Dbeaver standard edition, automatically got pulled into the enterprise edition. So here I'm going to so here I have expanded the tables that are existing in the current database. So in order for us to test the visual query editor, I'm going to start a new SQL editor here. And on this side, you can notice that there's a SQL editor and then a query builder. So I'm clicking on the query builder now. I'm getting like a blank screen. So the tables that whatever I want to query, I can extract that table here and basically select whatever days, whatever fields that I'm interested in querying. So I'm just selecting that fields here and see. So I don't need to write any queries. I don't need to know the select statements or the syntax, anything. So just by clicking pulling the table what needs to be queried and then selecting the fields, the query is automatically written. So let me run this query right now, and here you go, I have the data available. So let's now try how to do the filtering options. So apart from selecting the fields in this section where you can check and uncheck the columns, you can also add the fields here. Basically it's saying what information you are looking for. So I'm gonna add the ID portion here, and then I can basically switch the order of it. Then next is the conditions. So right here I clicked on the conditions, and again for every section this plus and minus comes into picture. So click on add column, and you can select the column based on which you want to do the filtering. And so I have picked up the activity name, and that is equal to, so the only thing is in the drop down it doesn't show what are all the values that is present. So if you should be knowing what value is present, and if it is a text field you have to prefix it with the codes. So that's the filter condition that I'm giving. And then the sorting, you can add any sorting here. So basically I'm going to sort based on the camp days, ascending. So let's just run this query here. So now I have received all the queried all the rows that where the activity name is equal to dance. So if you need the query, you can go here and then select this particular query and then save it for future running purposes. So now let's take a look at a table where you have to do some kind of join. I'm going to bring so for the join to work, already the foreign keys should be established. So now let's try a join. I have pulled in the camp days table into this query builder, and already the foreign key is established between the activity assignment and the camp days table, where the camp date is the camp date in the camp days, and the camp days, this field is the foreign key. So if I expand it here, you can see that the foreign key is actually established. Activity assignment foreign key is established here. So if you do not have that foreign key, then this join does not come automatically, and in the query also you won't see that the inner join camp days cd on this particular join is not coming automatically. So now let's pick up these values here, like the week, the day. So now if I run the query, So this day is actually coming from the camp days section. So let's like go back to the query, and I'm going to like select the week number also, and let me reorder these columns here. I don't need the ID sections. I'm going to remove that and bring the week number on the top. And since this day name and day are giving me the same value, so I'm going to like delete this day name from table A, from the activity assignment table. So now I can like run this query, and here you go. So this week number, this is the day and the activity, and then which day it is, like it's on falling on the Thursdays. So I really like this feature because if there are like business people, like if it's very handy that they don't need to like learn the SQL syntax, and it's even like handy for any systems developers or like new developers who's not like much familiar um, with the SQL syntax. So let's see if this join condition, you can actually change it to like left join or like a simple join. Simple join just like converts it into like a from clause and then the where conditions, but I left outer join, so automatically the queries are actually like written. And you can also notice this Venn diagram that's coming here. So the left outer join just brings in all the rows in the left table, and any matching rows in the right table. So if we do the right, it actually like the Venn diagram moves, the full circle moves to the right hand side. And you can also do the full outer join, which means all the rows will be picked up, no matter like if there is any matches, the values will be coming. If there is no matches, there won't be any values coming in. So I'm gonna do the inner join and leave it here. Another feature we are going to review is aliasing those column names, because sometimes the column names are actually technical names. So it is good to have like a different kind of names. But the only thing like I noticed, like only caveat I noticed, is that you cannot like use like two word names here. So for example, if in case like I'm giving it as week number, and this throws an error, basically saying like unexpected token. So I go back, and also like you can notice that since this select and as is all like highlighted, they are like keywords. So if I remove this week, the quotation on the week number, and you see that the number is actually highlighted because that's kind of a data type. So the only option I have is like WK right now, so that is getting accepted, and DY. So this is going to be like date because it's like DT, and I'm gonna name this as DY and AN. So if you need like only like a single name, that would work, but for some reason like the aliasing is not working with like two words. So let me run this query here. Okay, I'm just like going back. DTDYAN. Yep, pretty much that's it. And so let's go ahead and click on the run, and you see that all the column names has been changed. So as I mentioned, like aliasing it also requires like additional line of query, and it worked. Earlier I noticed that for some reason the SCL like this got like chopped off, so I had to like restart this session one more time, and it came up actually. So if in case like you're facing any problem, you can just like close it and open this window, and it's uneditable also, like, so because you're working on the visual query builder, you cannot like accidentally like you cannot delete any of these query fields here. So I feel like that's kind of a protection. So any changes that you have to do, you kind of like do it here. So let me show you one other option. So this one feature like I liked about the query builder, and I'm going to like show one other option here. So let me go ahead and like save it. I'm gonna close this screen. So this view I have actually created to show the enrollments in the camp like per week. So here is the data in a table format. But see this chart which actually like gives the chart like immediately, so you don't need to like download it into Excel or like do a pivot charting, which again like I like this option where the chart is like readily available. So you can also like export it to Excel or export the result of this file to another table. And so the chart did not get like pulled up, only the data got pulled up here. So that's you can print the chart or like you can actually save as an image, and you can also like copy to the clipboard. The next one I can show you is like comparing the queries. So most of the time like we keep writing queries like go back and forth. So here is the history, so that can be seen from the project panel here. So project, click on scripts, and you can actually like have a comparison also. So this is the list of queries that I have ran, and I can do a compare with local. So you see the queries that got like written is like right here, that you can like compare each of the queries, and basically like you, okay, let me show you like, okay, so these are the changes. Like initially I did not have the alias columns, and then now I have the alias columns. So now we are able to like compare the queries that was run at two different times. So this is also like handy, because sometimes like we write the query and then like we make some changes, and if we need to like go back to some queries that we have written like earlier, you can actually view it here. um, so yep, that's all. I hope like you all like this tool. That's it. Like I liked some of these features in the tool, especially as I showed like the visual query builder that helps you to do a drag and drop kind of functionality to build your queries, and a quick chart is available if you are having data like numeric fields in it, and even like other fields also gets represented into the charts. Plus additionally you have this option to like compare these queries. Thank you guys. I hope this video will be helpful for you all. Bye.